Hey guys, I wanted to go a little bit off topic today and talk about back to school. We all know it's coming. You can't avoid it. I mean, I guess unless you're out of school. If you're 27, you can probably avoid it. Hopefully, you will be avoided. But for the rest of the kids, millions of them out there, you're going back to school very soon, depending upon when this gets released and everything. We have a bunch of start dates and everything we're releasing them. I don't know if it's going to be behind me or what, but it looks like Frederick County is starting the earliest, followed by a lot of the Chesapeake Bay schools, then followed by some of the western schools and Montgomery, Prince George's County, Charles, etc. We've got a couple of schools starting on the 26th, and we even have good old lucky Wacomico County starting on September 1st. But for a lot of the schools in this immediate area, the magic date for you is August 31st. So no matter when you start for school, let's get prepared. And so this message is for kids, but it's also mainly for parents. So what are some of the things you should be doing now? Parents, start shifting bedtime. I can tell you they will adapt. Don't believe their promises. Those kids are lying to you. They're not going to get up. You need to start shifting their bedtime now so that they can get used to it. Um, if you have physicals, dental, vision, all of that stuff, get that stuff taken care of and make sure that the school has all the records. They're pretty strict on this stuff. So you just want to make sure Maryland requires proof. Make sure that you get whatever doctor, dental, vision records you need to get turned in. Make sure you get those turned in as soon as possible or have those ready to go, because you don't want to get a call from the nurse. I think it's like usually the second or third day they start reviewing those records. And if they're finding that you're deficient in something, you're going to get that call. Okay. Next, about a week or a few days before school starts, you want to do a dry run. You want to make sure that you walk the walk, you know where the bus stop is, you time it, and just do a dry run. Walk them through it, whatever the routine is. Heck, even drive them to school if you want to. See how long it takes. What does it look like? Obviously, on school day, you want to double that time because it's going to take forever and there's going to be a backup. One thing that one of my beloved principals said to me as a parent, and thousands of other parents that were at this meeting once upon a time, was, please, for the love of God, if you can, let your kids ride the bus. If you've ever been in a parent drop-off line before, you know that the drop-off line is very painful, and you just need to make sure that you're getting your kids there on time and you're not creating more of a traffic jam in the process. Another thing, check the clothes, check the shoes. Nothing grows faster than a child's feet. So make sure that everything still fits. Their summer clothes, they're only going to be able to wear those for so long. And depending upon what the requirements are and stuff like that, how you want them to look. I know my mom, whenever she bought me clothes, she did the 2 finger rule. And the 2 finger rule was where she jammed them in the side of your pants and made sure there's at least 2 fingers worth of growth. Those 2 fingers are probably gone now. The pants are probably pretty tight. You need to be preparing to get them something else. Have the kids get the list, download it off the internet. They know how. Whatever they got to do, get the list of school supplies, write out their own list, and take ownership of it. Okay. Then, next thing you need to do is you need to make sure you get shopping. One of my favorite places, here's a little shout out, Target. They're very fun, but you don't want to go there the night before. If you go there the night before, it is not fun. And one way to surely stress yourself and your kids out all at the same time is to go to Target and not find that TI 84 or whatever graphics calculator they need nowadays, or rulers, or the right color markers, or this or that or the other. The slightest things will stress everybody out. And you can just be like, well, I'll get it later. And you can get it later, but your kid's going to be stressed out on the first day. So pack backpacks, lay out the clothes, make sure, night before you've got all that stuff laid out so that nobody's looking for anything, nothing is missing, everything's ready to go. Um, it's not a bad, I didn't really agree with this one when I first read it, but start the homework routine. It wouldn't hurt a couple of days ahead of time to literally hand the kids a book and say, hey, tonight from 5 to 6, we're going to do some reading. See if they remember how to read, if they remember which way to hold the book, and just test them. And like they need to get back in that habit. So it wouldn't hurt to just hit them with that ahead of time. And here's one of my favorites. This one is a shout out to my business partner, teammate, Jeff. Get them a calendar, whether it's a calendar on their phone, if your kids are lucky enough to have a phone, or a regular calendar, or one of those super cool calendars that's in the kitchen or something. Get a calendar, start giving them some ownership of keeping track of events. One of the things that, as a busy father and, parent and stuff like that, one of the things that I told my kids very early on is you got to take ownership of putting this stuff in the calendar. You need to make sure it's your responsibility. If there's a band concert on Thursday night, that I know about it. And the way I'm going to know about it is you're going to put it in the calendar. Not you're just going to tell me while I'm making dinner. You're going to actually physically put it in the calendar, especially if you want me to be there or if you want to be there. So family calendar, definitely. Make sure you take notes of back to school night. When is back to school night? Kids really aren't great readers of people. They think they can understand things. They think they can defeat supervillains and all that fun stuff. They can't. They rely on you. So back to school night, be sure to attend. Don't work late. Don't miss it. Attend back to school night. If you have 2 kids, split it up. Each of you go a different direction. If you have 3 kids, that's a tough one. You can invite grandma, grandpa to sit in on one, whatever the case may be. Or you might have to just, pick your favorite kid. No, I'm just teasing. But you might have to figure out some system for making sure that it gets covered. 4, 5, 6, God bless you. I'm sure you probably are experts already and you have it figured out. But you want to go to back to school night and you want to give the kids some insight into what this teacher is looking for. They need to hear it from you. So, for example, I went to a class, it was a health teacher, and my daughter, she was like, okay, what are my teachers like, and this and that. I'm like, this guy just wants to be this is high school. This guy just wants to be left alone. He just wants you to come in there and quietly do your assignment. Your assignment will probably be something insanely stupid. You'll be able to knock it out in 15 minutes. And just don't get on this guy's nerves. We've all had teachers like that before, where we leave them alone and they leave us alone. Or you may have a teacher that's really up on things and they want you to have read if they're going after chapter 1 the first day, you need to read chapter 1 ahead of time. They want you to be on top of it. So give them some insights into what the teacher wants, how they act, how to react, and stuff like that. It can really help. For your older kids, practice locker combinations, finding where they're at, lunch codes, logins for different things. I mean, some of these kids have so many things to log in, you'd think they were logging into their bank account. So it's a lot of stuff. Let me see if I can flip the light on and just keep on going. Wow, that's really bright. Let's make it brighter. How about that? No, that's not good. We're going to switch it. Okay. It's so bright. It's like I'm camping. This is so exciting. All right. I think it's better to just see dark Randy than to see on fire Randy. So we're just going to keep it a little bit dark. So we've got the combos, we've got the calendar, we've got practicing homework, backpacks, reading, and stuff like that. So next is the emotional prep. Kids are going to be kind of crazy. You need to be extra calm. So just stay extra calm. You're calm. We'll rub off on their calm, soothe their nerves. You don't necessarily need to tell them it'll be okay and pacify them, but you can just let them know, that things are going to be okay. You don't have to patronize them, but you just need to, reassure them and let them know that they're going to survive. It's going to be okay. And that, life is going to go on for certain. When they get home, don't hit them with a million questions, but just ask them something specific. Who'd you sit with at lunch today? What was your favorite class? Maybe just something that's a conversation starter. Or, like we do with my oldest son, shout out to Jared here, just sit near them. If you sit near them and give them a chance to talk, they will probably end up telling you more than if you quiz them to death. So you know your kids, what you can get out of them, but be ready. Talk to them about their day. They'll appreciate that, and you may find out some things early that can save you from heartache later. All right. So some Randy specific tips. If you're in a blended family or a divorced family, or you're a single parent or this or that, or you have any situation where it's not just the kids are doing the same exact thing every day and it changes around, which is probably like 90% of America, develop a system with your kids. Make sure that the school knows who is eligible to pick them up, who is not. God forbid there's nobody that's like not allowed to pick them up, but whatever the case may be, let them know. And also make sure that you have some kind of secret word or something with your kids so that they know if someone's going to go pick them up. Um, my daughter, funny thing is, her grandfather never had to pick her up from school. And one day he said something about picking her up. How about if I pick you up and we go do something? And she said, well, what's the password? He's like, what password? What are you talking about, password? And God bless her, she wouldn't tell him. And to this day, I still don't know if he knows or not, but it worked. So, just make sure that they're safe and that you have a system for things. Um, I already said this one. Don't wait until the night before for school supplies. Target's really fun, but not the night before. I can't stress this enough. Target, Walmart, Walgreens, all of those things. I am partial to Target, but I love school supplies. From my days as a teacher, I just can't help it. Like school supplies are so much fun. And if you can get them on sale, they're even more fun. Check and see what you have left over from last year. A lot of that may be able to be reused. Um, don't be a helicopter parent and don't be an uninvolved parent. Be somewhere in between. You want to be available, but not within reach. If the teacher can physically touch you, you are probably too close to your child at that time. Be involved, be aware, keep track of who your child's friends are, what they're studying, who their teachers are, know that information, but don't try to be their teacher unless, of course, you're homeschooling and you are their teacher. Then please, by all means, do that. Um, da-da. The last tip, since I'm losing my light here and we're going to sign off. Last tip. Um, the first week of school, they start out pretty slow. I know this from years and years of teaching. They start out pretty slow. Don't let anybody get behind. Insist on them keeping up. Make sure that you know what their assignments are. They know what their assignments are, that they're getting done and they're getting done in a timely manner. You cannot accept anything less than perfection that first week. Otherwise, it will just snowball into a wreck. I can't tell you how many times at the end of the first marking period, I've had parent-teacher conferences with people, and I've just seen little Joey or whoever going downhill and really just regressing poorly because he or she did not get a good start in the beginning. So thanks for watching. It got dark while I was doing this. It's getting dark earlier and earlier now. It's 8:19. I would say it's officially dark right now. So rest up, get ready for school. God bless. Have a great year. And if there's anything I can do to ever help you, give me a ring.